press and hold the lock button. Pull some mirrors in. Isn't that convenient? Hey guys, thanks for coming to check this episode out. We are going to be testing out the Carly and its toting capabilities and all the features it can do.
Drugs on me, gotta watch for the 12, I got drugs on me. I've been going hard, I've been working OT. I'ma make a stack, put it on my mommy, yeah.
Alright guys, so we finally invested in a Carly. A lot of mixed reviews on it. It seems to do what we need it to do. We bought it primarily for coating a battery, and it did every bit of that, but you get a bunch of other fancy features. So we're going to show you what some of those other features are. Today we're in Marshall's E92. I've already done it in my E90, but if anything, you get more options in this than you do anything else. So yeah, this is probably the one to show you on. So let's show you. You take this guy right here, plugs right into your OBD2 port, and it connects via Bluetooth to an app on your phone, the Carly app. So let me get this plugged in, pull up the app, and we'll show you what you can do next. So we got it plugged in. Pulling out the phone. Going to our Carly app. So now, I've already got mine hooked up. We're going to connect. Got to make sure that you have your Bluetooth on and your location on, otherwise it will not work. It'll take a minute or two. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, it says here that there's probably a high fault probability for a health diagnostic, so we're going to check that out first. Check for issues. So let's see here. We got multiple issues. Our footwell module, daytime running light defective, stopper right defective, fog lights LED defective, daytime running lights halogen right defective. Okay, so we know what's wrong with the footwell module. That's basically all of your, a lot of your lights and your, some of your interior things. Digital satellite tuner, ring brake diagnosis was performed. Error ring diagnosis. Don't know what that means. Junction box passenger module. No idea what that is.
Sensor.
If you click these, they're not super useful.
The car doesn't have any check engine lights on right now either, so this is just stuff that's telling us besides that.
Awakening device is unsuccessfully 3 times tried to awaken the network. Error wake up failed. Awakening device has tried successfully 3 times to wake the network. Keeps repeating that. Long and or frequent unlocks. Long and or frequent unlocks. Error unlock long.
That's because I leave the car unlocked all the time.
Probably optical fiber communication error. I truly don't know what most of these are. And most of these are not anything drivability issue wise.
Right. The satellite, like I don't use the navigation in here. The telephone, I don't really use that.
Right. So none of this is anything, you know, important.
Yeah.
All the important stuff is good in his car. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear these issues, because it says in the instructions, clear all of your issues, give it 2 to 3 days, check it again, and see how it looks. For me, it took less than 24 hours for me to figure out what issues were. So, looks like we can't get rid of any of these. So, not a big deal either way. So, we're going to go back. Then, we're going to go to our customization. Alright. So all of these go to different things. We're going to start with our car access system. always make a backup so you can go back to your previous settings. Alright. So, main things here. A lot of this is kind of nonsense, to be honest with you. But you can do anything here from turning off the car alarm. If you have an automatic with engine start and stop, you can switch that off. You can, from here, you can also change it where, say, if you want just one door to always unlock, you can do that. You can change if you want your windows to roll up when you hold the lock button. There's plenty of things you can do. So when you go into these, it will give you a small description on every one of them. So for the comfort start, ignition key just has to be tapped once to start the engine after ignition is already turned on. Now, really, this feature already comes with comfort access. It even comes in my car, and that's probably due to it maybe being a manual. I'm not sure. Comfort eject. Turn off the ignition with a long press on the start-stop button in order to eject the ignition system. So as you can tell, a lot of this stuff, you know, like this one's off, but this one's already on. That's a standard feature. So, comfort folding for side view mirrors. Now, the thing is, you need to know what your car can and cannot do. I believe this car can fold the mirrors. So we could turn this on so when you lock it,
it folds them right up.
Yep.
That's cool. Turn it on.
Now let's see here. When holding the lock unlock button on the remote, the side view mirrors automatically fold unfold. To activate this function, please activate comfort folding unfolding for side view mirrors in the FRM module. So you have to do it in 2 different modules. Also activate comfort open using remote and comfort close using remote in this module. So we got to remember to get all of those. So we're going to turn it on here. Turn on the comfort close. Comfort on is on. Comfort open using key locks. On. On. You already turned that one on. Comfort close door. Comfort access. Use comfort closing feature when locking with the door handle. This only works if comfort access is installed. This is already a feature turned on. You could deactivate it altogether if you wanted. Don't need that. These are all basically main features that kind of are silly to use. You can set the unlock fuel lid where it's basically always unlocked if you really wanted. That's optional. Lock tailgate when the car is locked. That's already a standard feature. If you don't want that, you could shut it off, but it seems like you probably would want that. You can set it up as soon as you turn on the car locks. You can set it up where it'll lock itself. A lot of these features are things you can already select in your iDrive or in your instrument cluster if need be. I would say that's probably it for this section that we're going to need.
Yeah.
So we're going to hit code car. Now it says voltage is below 12.5 volts. You can still code it, but it suggests that you do it, you know, with more voltage. Gives you suggestions here. Turn on the engine for coding. In addition to the engine, turn on the aircon. This increases the voltage. Take a short drive with the car and perform codings directly after. Under no circumstances code while driving. That's a safety feature. So we're going to do just that. We're going to start her up. Aircon is on. We're going to go ahead and code. Go down. Select the disclaimer. Okay. Okay, now you're supposed to turn it off, turn it back on. Now we'll go to the next one. So this is something that I really have no interest in messing with. Most of this is obviously already done. Saving your circulation settings, show auto and automatic mode, blower level during automatic AC, blower symbol, off mode memory. These are all things, in my opinion, I wouldn't change. Do you have any interest changing any of these?
I don't need to change any of them, no.
Okay. So now we're going to go to one of the best features. Going into our instrument cluster. Okay, this is the main one. Digital speedometer.
Nice.
Not a feature the car comes with. So, we're going to turn that guy on. You can apparently also change the actual correction of the speedometer. They say that the speedometer speed is off by a few miles an hour. I personally don't see the difference in it, so I left mine off. So that's up to you if you want to go for that or not.
Seems close enough to me when I'm driving. Temperature warning, is that the cold one?
So this, tells you when the temperature, it won't make that noise anymore when when the temperature drops below. It says 39 degrees Fahrenheit here, but I'm pretty sure it's actually 37 degrees.
Yeah.
So we're gonna turn that guy on because that's annoying. You always think you get a check engine light when it does that. You can turn off the ignition key warning if you want. You have comfort access, so I don't think that's a problem for you. It doesn't tell you you're leaving your key in there as soon as you pull it out.
Right, no.
Because you don't even put it in there. You can keep your lighting on your speedometer at all times, if that's what you want. I didn't opt for that. You can, in some models, actually have your instrument cluster show you which gear you're in. Now, I did not try this. You could if you want, but the reason I did not do that is because I'd prefer the digital speedometer rather than seeing what gear I'm in.
Yeah, I'd probably prefer the speedometer too. I know what gear I'm in.
Exactly. Maybe for an automatic it would make more sense, but you know. Your cruise control speed dial. This is always kind of set up. The set speed of the cruise control is shown for a couple of seconds on the board. It always pops up. You could turn it off if you want. It is kind of nice to know where you're at.
Yeah, and I think the 3 seconds is a good enough.
Yeah,
it's enough time.
6 seconds is a little overkill in my head. Yeah. You can even change where you want the car to announce when you're low on fuel if you want.
Oh, wow.
I think 31 miles is probably a good
I like
area,
that too. Yep.
So we'll keep it at that. Now we're going to go ahead, code the car again. If you watch the gauges here, it's going to go a little crazy for a minute. You have to reset your time eventually, but it should be all good to go. It does say we have something going on here. Oh, that's because the clock isn't set. It always, for some reason, gives you a fault for the clock not being set. So, if you look now, we should be able to scroll through. This is normal, 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 bam. Boom. Digital speedometer.
Digital speedometer. That's sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next one now. This is where a lot of your interior and exterior lighting comes into play. We have to make sure that we do the comfort folding for side beam mirrors here on. You can shut off the tilt mirror in reverse if you don't prefer that. I like it.
I like it, yeah.
This is another nice feature. So, the windows, when you open them, don't do an auto up and down when the door is open. Mine's still working mine. I don't know. Yeah, so yours will, but see, you can set it to do it if you want to do it.
Oh, right, because that's when I hit auto and then I open the door and it stops it.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So if you want that feature, we could turn that on.
Yeah, might as well turn that on.
Continued window action when engine started. When the engine is started while a window is opening and closing, the window will continue opening and closing. That's already something to turn on for you. Seatbelt handover, driver and passenger. So, do you still want the driver's one?
No.
You don't want it?
It doesn't catch anymore at all.
Okay, so we're going to shut that off. Passenger, definitely shutting off. Flash to pass with bi-xenon. I'm not really sure what that means, so I didn't really mess with that, but you have it on. Mine, I think, is off. So I'd say we just leave it.
Yeah.
Front fog lights with high beams. They'd turn on when you turn on the high beams if you wanted.
Oh.
That's up to you. Front fog lights with flash pass. Once again, don't really know what that means. The interior lighting is, you know, when you shut the doors and you don't lock it, they stay on for a little bit. And then the soft on and off, when it dims or when it just shuts right, you can decide to just shut right off. Lots of, you know, lights on warning, basically telling you when you've left lights on. No reason to really shut any of them off. Number of turn signals when you actually lock the key, lock the car, or shut it off. That's what a lot of these things are.
Yeah, I see that.
I didn't mess with any of the brake force stuff. Oh, daytime running lights, angel, those are always on. Brightness.
Angel eye brightness, daytime running lights.
Yours are already set to rather high. Mine were at medium, I believe, but we're gonna just put it at very high. Your side markers, you can set them when your daytime running lights are on to actually
be illuminated.
Yep, if you want. But that's going to be on the front, I believe, on your headlights.
Not the side and side. Oh yeah, then just leave it off.
Turn these up. See, it's at current value on this one.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to set to very high there. Very high here. Very high. Very high. Very high. Side marker brightness. We're going to turn those up. On. Turn signal front as LED. We don't have that. So, do you have the flickering issue?
Not that I've noticed at all.
Okay. We're still gonna make an adjustment to that. Warning for malfunction of angel eyes in front when standing lights on an onboard computer. For some reason, you have that shut off. This car could have been coded before. Who knows? Angel eye voltage monitoring. If you have flickering because you have LEDs for your angel eyes, you just turn this off, which it already is. So that's probably why yours don't flicker.
Don't flicker, because
if we had them on, they would flicker. The rest of this is all selections here. Like, say if you had a tail light or a license plate light go out, for some reason you don't want to know that it's out, you can shut it off. But it's kind of a nice thing to have. The follow me home lights thing, I don't know what that is. This is all standard stuff. All right,
there's a lot of stuff in there, though.
Oh yeah, there is. There really is. So we're gonna go ahead and code the car. You might want to get out
and see if they change.
Yep. Oh, they will.
All right, guys, let's watch and see if the lights change brightness. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely brighter on the outside one now.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna get brighter, honestly. I watched them illuminate.
Okay.
But yours, I don't know, maybe yours are a different setting than mine. Plus, with how yours are designed, they're different.
Yeah.
So our FRM is done. Now we're gonna go to the Junction box passenger, I believe it was. So this stuff also kind of nonsense. You can change your wiper intervals if you have a rear wiper because you have a wagon. We don't have that. Number of wipes, headlight cleaning. You do have this, but I don't know that they work.
Oh yeah,
they do work.
Mm-hmm.
Headlights are cleaned every time though. Okay, so you set it to how many times after you clean the windshield, how many times they actually activate.
Right.
So I don't know if you want to change that or not.
I was always wondered why it didn't work when I did it again. So I had to do it 3 times to do it again. Okay.
Number of splashes for the headlights, you're at 2. You could set it to 3.
2 is probably enough.
Length of splash for headlights, you have it at a full second. You can make it shorter.
Might as well leave it.
Delay between splashes for headlights. Yeah.
Not a big.
None of this really is
that functional, like 1 second or 1.3 seconds.
Right.
Ooh.
Right, exactly. This, I'll show you for the sake of showing you. Not really worth it. Well, actually, I take that back. There was one thing worth it. I did shut off the chime for the passenger seat.
Oh.
Because,
okay.
say, when I have a dog in here,
right,
then it's not constantly going off. That was the only thing that I did, though.
Right.
So, if you want one of them,
that'd be fine too. I like to have dogs in here.
So, otherwise, you know, you can set it for the driver or the passenger. We're just going to shut off the chime for the passenger. And that's all the features you get out of this. So,
where is the battery coating one? You want to show them that?
Yeah. So for battery coating, that has its own section here. Go to features. This is where it gives you a whole bunch more here. So there is your battery reset. If you have a diesel, you can do your NOx reset. There are service resets you can do here. A lot of that you can do through your actual instrument cluster itself. Depending on the vehicle you have, you can do transmissions, brakes, DPF, your exhaust flap. You do have iDrive. I haven't used this yet, so display like. Yeah, so I don't know if this is going to work for your car.
It said 2009,
yeah.
Right?
So
starting in 2008.
Yep, not possible in your car. And we can't do any of the exhaust flap, even though we have one.
That's because it's like a vacuum. It's not electric.
Right. But you can do live diagnostics. You can do a used car check. Let's try that. I did it on mine. And it's going to tell you what like the chances are of the odometer being rolled back.
Oh, right.
Or like you can check average speed. So you can check the VIN if you want. Mileage. You know, it just tells you in kilometers though. And how many you annually drive. So number of saved mileages, there's 3 for this car. So it's probably been hooked up to a Carly before. Average speed of the life of the car, 35
miles an hour.
Yours is less than mine. Mine was like 45.
Well, I mean, imagine Chicago. You know?
It's had 39 coating backups. This is okay, so it's showing my car on here too.
Okay.
Which is really confusing, I think. Well, no, because this has to be yours, because mine pops up as a 2006. Yeah, so see? Back in 09, somebody coded it.
Yep.
Or no. That's 2020 still. Yeah, so this must be for every single thing we did then.
Interesting.
Yeah. This is how you register the battery. You can change the type and the capacity. You can change it to AGM or wet cell. And then once you change that information, you actually register the battery to the car. That's about it.
Sweet.
Yeah, so really, this is very basic. Is it worth $140? That's subjective.
If you have two people to pitch in on it.
For us, it makes it more worthwhile. The $60 annual fee seems a bit excessive to me, but it saves us the money just from bringing it to the dealership to get somebody to code the battery. So in that sense, it's worth it. Is it worth paying for it every year? That is to be determined. So, you know, we'll probably do a video or something to check in on this at some point, or in a video let you guys know, has it really made its money's worth to us? And, you know, we'll let you know in the future, I guess.
Alright guys, check it out. The automatic window. You can open the door and it keeps going up. Then when you press and hold the lock button, pull some mirrors in. Isn't that convenient? And they come back out. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video on the Carly. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.